Welcome into Stay Tuned. Today we're going to continue on with our kind of awards things. If you are a watcher of the NFL honors or anything like that, you know that they give out their awards and then they also induct people into their Hall of Fame, which is what we're going to be doing here today. We're going to be making our own Hall of Fame, the Toondy Hall of Fame, whatever we want to call it. We'll figure it out. Unless, Mikey, do you have a name for it already?
No, I thought we were going to call it the Toondy Hall of Fame. I think that's what I have saved.
I think that's
I think that's a good
Fame.
idea. Toondy's Hall of Fame. So, basically, there's some more rules. Mikey's going to break it down a little bit. But basically, in this episode, each of us are going to induct 5 people, movies, directors, whatever. And then over the course of each year, we're going to do an additional 5 from each person. So that way it doesn't get cluttered. It is a Hall of Fame for a reason, not just everyone gets in. So yeah, Mikey, run us through the rules on how do you qualify to get into the Hall of Fame, and then we'll jump right into it.
Happily. Okay, so essentially we can induct a few different categories. We have directors, actors/actresses, because they will fall under the same set of rules, movies, TV shows, and soundtracks. So for directors, their sets of rules should have at least 5 movies. They are not eligible until 10 years after their first film release. So a director who may have released 5 movies all in 1 year they cannot qualify. And all movies in director's filmography must be rated above 1 star or 2 out of 10, and it's by our rating. So, like our average combined rating. So, even if Brayden gives a movie like 1 star and Joey and I rated both 10, it's over that 1 star, rating. Therefore, it still qualifies. For actors and actresses, they must be acting for at least 5 years, and they must be credited in at least 10 movies. For movies, the movies are not eligible until 5 years after their release, and must have an average rating of 8 out of 10 or 4 stars. Again, average of our ratings.
Yeah, the big thing was we have funny movies that can just be not objectively good. So we wanted a legitimate Hall of Fame for a reason.
What we personally love. We have a connection with.
That's the big one,
Tropic Thunder is funny at parts, but it's not a good movie.
Do we
in my eyes.
Are we doing a Hall of Lame? Is that what we also decided, or is that
Hall of Shame and
discussed and argued?
I like it.
Yeah, Brayden. Okay, Brayden's the only one who's against us, for the record.
Its lack of rules and point confuse me.
Well, I think that it should. I think it should just be a running joke where all of a sudden, once an episode, we're that goes in the Hall of Shame. So
exactly.
Thunder,
thank
Hall
you.
of Shame.
Thank you.
Craven the Hunter, Hall of Shame.
But thank you.
I'd
but
agree to
Brayden's
that.
going, it's lack of rules. I mean, I can go over the rules that we have.
Mikey came up with the idea. Mikey came up with the idea for the Hall of Shame specifically out of spite for Craven. He had no reason to do it until he thought of that.
Actually,
movie.
no. Not only that, I had the entire idea for the Hall of Fame based off of my hatred for Craven and needing a Hall of Shame. And if you have a Hall of Shame, you have to have a Hall of Fame. They just go hand in hand, people.
What if we hold off? Maybe we do it as a bit in a different episode, but maybe we'll let the comments or something decide, which doesn't mean you, Brayden, because you comment a lot on the videos.
I'm the only commenter as of late. Yeah, we can do that before we go on a bigger tangent.
Alrighty, so.
All right, well, I'm not fully finished because we still have TV shows and soundtracks to go through.
Yes. Keep going.
All right. For TV shows, there's really only one rule, which must have at least 2 seasons for network television shows. Obviously, limited series not included.
I was going to say limited series
Our big
might
thing
be.
was you have some amazing series like Band of Brothers, which in my eyes is a perfect miniseries, but it's not a network TV show.
And again,
say The Flash's season 1 was horrendous and didn't get picked up for a second season, that wouldn't qualify.
So we know that Freaks and Geeks, after it's kind of after
it's become a cult
classic,
but at its time it wasn't perceived well.
But it was only renewed. It obviously was not good enough to be renewed, which I understand. You can make an argument for. It just wasn't in its time. But it still hasn't been renewed for a second season. So, because of that, we just can't put it on there. Obviously, someone saying it's not good enough. I've never seen Freaks and Geeks, so I can't really tell you. But obviously shows in TV shows and series that are only meant to have one season are not included because those are completely different. And then as far as soundtracks go, the movie must have been out for at least 5 years. That's really it. There's not many soundtracks I feel like that are going to be really nominated. However, there are soundtracks for some movies that are so great, we have to include them. So there's not really that much rules for that one. And for the record, what Brayden said, the lack of rules for the Hall of Shame confused him. The only rule is the movie must be really bad. I mean, it must be horrendous.
It was mostly its point and purpose.
And Craven is a horrendous movie.
I feel like either movie or we do like moments from like even if it's a really good movie, but it's like a
terrible moment.
That's a terrible moment. I feel like that should be good enough to go in the Hall of Shame too.
Like I'm thinking of one right now, so we can continue this in later episodes.
What exactly are you thinking of, Brayden?
We can talk about this in later episodes before this turns into a really long tangent.
No, because I'm also thinking of one, so I want to know if we're thinking the same thing.
I'm thinking of the death scene from Dark Knight Rises. Because that was the definition of Christopher Nolan going, frick it, this is the best we're going to get, that's a wrap.
No, I was thinking as much as I love the film, right? I think it's probably my favorite live action film.
Deal with this.
There's a scene There's a scene in Reservoir Dogs right when the torture scene's about to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Where the
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Cuts, and half of it is like super blurry. It's like
we both love this movie,
scenes,
and the best we've come up with is we believe that it was shot on film, and they literally took the scene shot from two different focuses and then just like taped them together.
Yeah.
And so there's like this weird like mirage going down the middle of the screen as both characters are in focus, and it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, because the one half the screen is completely blurry, and it's like, what was he doing?
It makes zero sense, but it's really funny.
But yeah, no, I mean, it was great. Nonetheless, the film was great, right?
Yeah.
So something that we can workshop. We'll see what we can get at if the Hall of Shame becomes a thing or becomes not. But for the Hall of Fame, the rules have been laid out. So who wants to put up their first nomination for the first ever entry into the Toonie Hall of Fame?
I'll go first because I totally came prepared and didn't just procrastinate and said I was going to freeball my nominations. So as we said, we're doing 5 per year, so we're going to spread them out however we want. We're doing last year's to jumpstart it, so we're going to, in this episode, induct a total of 15 things.
Yep.
Maybe we're coming up with 15. So I'm just going to throw Quentin Tarantino in the ring because we just talked about Reservoir Dogs.
It's a good. I agree. I second the motion.
I agree. So I think it's pretty safe to say
put it on the list
that Quentin Tarantino will not only be the first director into the Hall of Fame,
but the first entry.
And I couldn't be happier. I agree.
I definitely
maybe we'll
think
get him
that,
like a T-shirt or something.
What do you? How many of his movies do you think should make it into our Hall of Fame?
How many of his movies?
How many of his movies?
I can think of a lot
I
of
would
them.
say all but 2.
Okay.
But I need to rewatch the one that I rate. I rate Jackie Brown as his worst, even though I think he has no bad movies, and I give that a 7 out of 10. But I still need to rewatch it because I kind of wasn't like paying the most attention to it when I did first watch it, and I watched it at like 3 a.m. on my phone. So I need to give it a second chance, and then like if I like it better, Death Proof would be his lowest. But that's like a homage to Grindhouse horror, so I don't really count that against him. So yeah, anything but those 2 I would say are Hall of Fame worthy, and maybe I'm just going to use those as my next 4 inductions.
Please. As much as I love Tarantino, please don't do that. Brayden, come on, man. Have a little bit
How many
more.
of those things do you have on the list that you don't want me to take?
I really only have one, weirdly enough. Well, I came more prepared than Brayden, and way more prepared. I mean, I wrote down 10 people because I knew damn well you guys are we're gonna have duplicates here. So
right.
And
respectfully, I didn't feel like putting the brain power into it because I didn't care enough.
Yeah, pretty
I
rude,
knew I could
man.
just do it here.
Pretty rude. Now I got this great one. I just need to.
You want to give yours, Mikey?
Yeah. So as far
You're
as
first.
For actors would go, this one's an actor. Brad Pitt. I would love to put Brad Pitt. I mean,
second.
I pretty
Easy
much already
in.
knew he was going to go through. I thought, honestly, one of you guys would take him first, but...
I feel like these are going to be pretty short conversations
Yeah,
for these first 15.
I feel there's a few that I have that maybe could be contended, because a lot of these like I would put in mine, and I think a few of them you guys would, but I could see arguments for other films or people that are similar to them or like have like certain projects that relate to them.
Fair enough.
So I could see it going any other way.
All right. Why don't you give us one?
My first one that I kind of want to see, this one I'm willing to see where it contests, is The Last Dance limited series from Netflix.
Yes. I had to think about what... I
Bulls.
thought you were talking about Dancing with the Stars.
No, The Last Dance.
Yes.
The limited
that
series.
is...
It is one season, but it is...
It's arguably the greatest sports documentary ever made.
I would agree.
Yeah.
We should definitely put Dancing with the Stars in the Hall of Fame. I'm okay with that. So
Yeah, I mean, the moments that came out of The Last Dance, aside from like how good it is...
It was...
And because this is coming
Wow.
from someone who, like, I give zero craps about the NBA. Like, I grew up a Detroit franchise fan, so, like, the Pistons have sucked since I was born, basically, because the Bad Boys era ended. And so, like, I went in, I just watched it over COVID years after it came out, and I was like, wow, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good. It's one of the limited series that I will go back and watch, and I will still enjoy every time I watch it.
I should go back and rewatch that.
It's so good. So yeah, The Last Dance is my first induction.
Okay. Brady, you want to
For my second one, we'll just take some low-hanging fruit. I'll say Shawshank.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll take that.
I don't think that can be contended. At all. No contention.
I'll
open up my letterbox, that way I seem more creative.
I seem more creative. All right. For my second pick, this one's gonna be crazy. Okay, and I think this one might be contended, but I'm picking Quentin Tarantino, but for the actor section.
No.
He has way more than 5 roles. All right, and let me tell you, when you see him as Mr. Brown in Reservoir Dogs, or Jimmy in Pulp Fiction, or as an Elvis dancer in The Golden Girls, or as that weird bit that he
From
has
Dusk
in
Till
Little
Dawn
Nicky,
with Salma Hayek?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
No.
Right.
I'm not.
Come on.
I'm not.
I don't know if I can give that
I'm
to
not
you.
putting Quentin Tarantino as an actor in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know, guys, but
That him being an actor is part of him being a director. His iconicness, putting himself in movies, is more of a director
no, he's
decision.
not putting himself in just all of his own movies, right? I mean, you have the scene which he's an Elvis impersonator in Golden Girls. You have that weird scene in Little Nicky that he's in, right? He's credited for all of this stuff. It's not like it's just some cameo. That's like
I don't know if you're going to be able to convince us on
stuff.
this one.
Was the Muppets movie that he's also in?
He was a co-writer or
Yeah.
co-producer on the Muppets Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, he's in it too.
He's in it for like the first 2 minutes or something, and he
Yeah.
like says something like very Kermit.
Yeah.
He says like the most Tarantino thing to like Kermit or something.
I think
and,
it's
like,
ridiculous,
that's it.
and I think it'd be funny having both Tarantino in as a director and an actor.
No.
Oh,
I don't think I can give that to you.
That was
It's
worth
an
a
A.
shot. Oh well.
You want to put in a different one for your second?
All right. What about Natalie Portman as a actress?
No.
I mean, her iconic roles in Star Wars, Black Swan,
Iconic
V
and
for
good.
Vendetta.
Okay. How many of us
I
have
think-
seen Black Swan? Exactly.
I don't
It's really
think she-
good.
I
Did
don't
you
think
raise
she-
your hand, Mikey? It's not on screen if
Look,
you did.
man, I don't think she.
You're the
has
only one
any...
who's seen V Vendetta, I think. Star Wars.
don't think-
Let's not act like the prequels were good because of the acting.
Yep, she was good in them. Okay.
She was decent.
Let's
I
not
wouldn't
act
say
like
she
it was the
bad, but I
acting and
wouldn't
the
say she was
script that was
good.
the good part of the prequels.
I don't
can't
know.
do
I'm
it.
not against it, but like, I haven't
Thor:
seen
Love
all
and
of her
Thunder.
stuff.
Also,
See,
yeah,
I
most
don't
of her
want-
stuff is like
okay,
rom-com
yeah,
stuff.
but you throw
Like,
out
I'm not
Thor:
watching-
Love and Thunder.
I'm not
She's-
watching No Strings
Alright,
Attached
she's
with
not-
Ashton
She's
Kutcher.
not bad in Thor: Love and Thunder. That's just a bad script and bad directing.
How about this? You put Natalie Portman in as a celebrity crush.
No,
That's
we're not
Brayden, come
putting
on!
that
It's
not.
category.
That's not a
We are,
thing.
this is some.
Let's
Buddy,
make it a category.
This is called a digital footprint. We're not putting this on the internet.
No, I'm saying that's not celebrity crush thing is not a thing.
I feel like we're getting aggressively off track here.
I don't know.
I say no because none of us have seen most of her career, which is like rom-coms and stuff.
Let's see.
All right, I definitely think we should revisit putting her in, but not now. You got anything else, Mikey?
Nah, just go on.
My second one, I don't remember if we said we were doing it this way, but for soundtracks, just Star
The rules
Wars.
of soundtrack were very
like
egregious.
just in general.
Yeah,
like
I mean, as far as like soundtracks go, yeah, no.
like if you told me
if
like
we
pick
want to put the
5
entirety of
songs,
Star
I could.
Wars, that's
Yeah.
fine because like even the Last Jedi soundtrack is fantastic.
Well, yeah,
'Cause
and
I think that
it's easier
I
for
would
big franchises
pick-
like that just to have.
I would pick
franchise.
a song out
Yeah.
of basically each movie. I probably wouldn't pick any out of the sequels because I feel like nothing's really original except for Kylo's theme.
But that the Canto Bight theme, Rise of the Resistance, in my opinion, is a top 3 Star Wars song or March of the Resistance.
Personally, I would rather take "Burying the Dead" from season 5 of Clone Wars over.
Okay,
or,
see
like,
now this is where we're cherry picking, so that's why we just say all of Star Wars.
yeah, all of Star Wars.
Excuse
if,
me. Episode 1, Season 5 intro was a masterpiece.
I definitely like. There are certain songs, so like "Burying
Yeah.
the Dead" from Clone Wars, the Mando theme.
And because you have stuff
like
from
that.
the originals that's like kind of mediocre. Like everybody loves Yoda's
Yeah.
theme, but it's not a very good song looking
I
back.
don't. Yeah. So just Star Wars soundtracks in general.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
It's iconic. It's what kind of put John Williams out there. I mean, he already had a thing before, but like that was
This was like
it.
his mainstream.
Yeah, and so he's done all films other than the spin-offs, just all the mainstream films.
Yeah, even the
So,
spin-offs are good.
Yeah, and most of the spin-offs, I think that's one thing that a lot of fans can get behind is that no matter what Star Wars project has been,
The music is
their
good.
music always slaps.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that a lot of Star Wars people can get behind. So Star Wars soundtracks.
For my next one, I'm gonna go. I mentioned it earlier. Band of Brothers, in my opinion, is the best miniseries ever made.
Yeah, I can
Yeah, I
get
don't have
behind
much-
it.
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal.
I've rewatched it, I think, 3 times in the past like year and a half. It's so good.
All right, Mikey, time for your number 2. Swing and a miss. Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
I'm gonna kill you.
So good.
I know where you live.
Let's put that in.
How about we go with since we're talking Tarantino, Reservoir Dogs. In my opinion, it's his best film. I know it's debated, but his debut.
Reservoir Dogs? Yeah, I'll do
Great.
it.
Yeah, I'll put it in.
Okay.
110%. Give me all day, every day.
Alrighty, Yosef.
I think this one will go in pretty self-explanatory. La La Land.
Yes.
Yep.
Next question.
I don't think La La Land's good enough to go in the Hall of Fame.
Shut up and write
Shut
it down.
up.
I'm
You
just-
cried,
I'm
cried,
just-
and I cried. Glad we could cross that off.
That was gonna, yeah, that was yes. Next question, very easily.
Awesomeness.
I'm going to submit. I'm trying to think of movies that like Mikey has seen because that's the biggest problem on my higher ups.
You mean
A
movies
lot of these movies that I'm rating 9 and 10 out of 10, I know for a fact you've never seen in your life.
like what?
Mission Impossible 6, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes,
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Beautiful Boy, Babylon,
What?
Lord of the
No,
Rings 2 and 3.
Okay, I have seen Planet of the Apes, the original one.
Yeah,
The original Planet of the Apes.
original one, which is definitely not getting put in there. That's going in the shame, if anything.
Which
T2
one?
Judgment
Dude,
Day.
the original Planet of the Apes. Oh, give me a second. Let me.
You hush, Muppet Boy.
It's phenomenal. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay,
When you
the
say
twist
original,
ending-
are you referring to Mark Wahlberg and Tim Burton's movie?
No.
Okay. You're referring to like the original like 10 movie series.
Yeah, the one from 1968.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yes, it is.
My dad grew up watching those movies and he thinks they suck.
Okay. No, it's not
T2
all the
Judgment Day
movies.
is my
Okay.
next one.
Okay, yeah.
What'd you say, Brayden?
T2 Judgment Day.
Okay. Yeah.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
It's just right there for the taking.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, I approve.
Honestly,
I'll be back.
Joey.
Oh, that is so. Thank you for that.
Sorry, drawing like guys.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Everything good?
Yes.
I don't know why I'm being so hostile to him today.
I know. I don't know what I did.
Probably because you want to go watch Daredevil, and we.
I
took you
do
away
want to go
from
watch
that.
Daredevil. I'm very mad right now. The episode's been out for almost an hour, and I haven't been able to watch it because
boo-hoo.
some idiot thought they should put it out on 9 Eastern. Whose idea was that? We don't want to go watch it at night. We want to watch it at lunch.
I'm gonna be honest. I almost set an alarm for like 3 a.m. this morning, thinking that they would come out at 3 a.m. Because I remember.
That's the
This is-
Invincible formula in The Boys that we've been getting used to.
Well,
Like,
that,
yeah.
but then also, I don't know if you remember during COVID when season 7 of Clone Wars would come out. They
yeah.
are released.
heavily
Same
addicted to
thing.
staying up for that.
That was
Yeah.
3 a.m. So I would either stay up all night and watch it before I go to bed, or I would go to sleep and then wake up at 3 a.m.
Yep.
watch it, or I would get up at like 6 and still watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I always did it before I would get on my phone. Like I would not go on my phone until
Of course.
yeah. Anyways,
So kind of piggybacking already on what Joey said, but I would actually like to nominate La La Land's soundtrack to go in our.
agreed.
I mean,
Yep, second.
don't get me wrong. Besides from the fact that it has a lot of phenomenal songs, even like the opening one. Come on,
They're all
just
different. Like they
They
don't
are.
usually musicals fit within a theme, whether it's like The
Yeah.
Greatest Showman or like an old
School
one like
Musical.
Newsies. Like they usually fit into a theme in terms of choreography and like music. This one's just kind of it's all over the place, but it's because it goes with the story as opposed to the story going with it.
Yeah. It's fun.
So good.
Whose turn is it? Me?
Yes.
Is it mine? Yeah.
Yeah, you.
This one I could see pushback on, but I honestly don't think I'll get too much of it from you guys. But I could see it. Robert Downey Jr. for actor.
See, the problem is I haven't seen the Sherlock Holmes or Chaplin or Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, where he's
I
like an
watched
actual
all of
actor.
those, and he's not bad. But-
Didn't he win an Oscar for one of the Sherlock movies?
No, his first Oscar was Oppenheimer. He was nominated for Chaplin.
Okay.
And that was his first nomination. His early stuff is not good. However, he gave us one of the most influential comic book movie characters of all time. He's
Yeah.
my favorite comic book movie character of all time. And then won an Oscar in basically his first big film outside of Marvel. Me personally, that is such a good. Not only is he a good actor, but he's like a favorite of mine, and so that's kind of why I nominate. If he doesn't go, I 100% understand, but
I will
I
ride and
really
die
wanna
with. I'll just give my vote to Mikey. I'll see what he goes with, because I'm kind of in the middle on this.
I think that one's a difficult one, but honestly, I think I would agree with Joey in the aspect of like
I get your
latter
point.
half.
It's definitely
latter
yes.
half, Robert Downey
Post-
Jr. is actually
Sober
really-
RDJ.
I think he's proven what he can do, especially with Iron Man.
Also, hold on. No, I'm thinking of what's his name?
Tropic Thunder.
I'm a dude playing a dude. Disguised as
I
another
was
dude.
going to say that it's not even
Yep.
Oppenheimer that's going to give me the yes vote. It's actually
That's
Tropic
pushing it over
Thunder.
the ledge for me. I'm in.
Tropic Thunder is hilarious. I think the only
is-
bad role
he-
that he's had since he's been in like this era, like this latter half, is Doctor Dolittle.
The thing is,
and
I don't
that
think
was
he's
for
bad in it.
sure a cash grab.
That was just like,
What do you
oh,
mean?
Robert Downey Jr.
Like-
with a bunch of CGI animals.
That's
I
the
don't
other thing,
blame
though.
him for that one.
You know, just because it's not a great movie, right? Does
I don't
not
blame
mean they
any
had a
actor in
bad...
that movie for securing the bag.
I mean, but again, as I'm saying, like just because it's a bad movie does not mean that they gave a bad performance. He didn't give a bad performance, from what I remember. It's been a long time since I've seen the
I
film.
don't remember.
But I don't remember like being like, wow, like this is a horrible performance on Robert Downey Jr.'s end. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's.
I don't think I've ever said that for any of the films I've watched him in. There's definitely been ones where I go, that wasn't great.
I just haven't seen like any of his Marvel stuff. That's my problem.
I definitely think you should get him.
I was gonna say this one, but I have a feeling between the two of you, you have not seen a lot of them. So
did we agree or disagree for him?
We agreed.
I don't know. What'd you say, Mikey?
Sorry.
We agreed. McConaughey.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
He went from being
not
the
even
king of
gonna-
rom-com to like literally one of the best actors of his generation.
Yep, put him in. Not only is he great in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, fabulous movie, but
Interstellar.
Dallas
so good.
Buyers Club.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I've seen clips and he's like crazy.
Oh my god, he's so good.
Wolf of
Sorry.
Wall Street, he's in the movie for like 10 minutes of screen. He has, I think, like less than 15 minutes of screen time, and everybody remembers him in that movie.
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
Yeah,
and
all right. Can be go into...
specifically, I think his image from him winning the Oscars where everyone else
where he's...
is standing and he's just
Yeah.
sitting in his
the white suit.
Oh,
clean.
bro. So good.
The
I love that
Gentleman,
image.
he's really good in The Gentleman. He's good in Mud. Lincoln Lawyer.
Yeah.
Best blooper in Between Two Ferns with is there a sack
Yes.
is there a sack
Dude.
not being hacky? And how much of the marijuana budget did you smoke today?
So that puts us at 12 of our 50. Well, the Joey Brayden, that's your last one. You know, Joey, you have one more, and I have one more. So
I thought you said that was 12. Then we
well,
each have
that's
one
12. But my
because
you
we kept
have-
we kept
we
kicking
kept
Mikey
denying
down
him.
every
You-
time
you
he
still
tried
have
to
two more.
nominate
That's
something.
right. Okay.
So oh shit, who should Joey? A few of yours.
I have two. I definitely want both of these to get in, but I think the one that we kind of should put in right away, just be based off our theater experience that we had together, not just based off that, but based off that, like helping it is No Way Home. I know Brayden's thoughts because
No, because I don't rate it lower than a 1 star. So,
well, true. If we go based off of that,
but if we
yeah.
go Hall of Fame, no. It's that was for directors. I don't rate that higher than a 4 out of 5.
Really?
No Way Home
that
is not
story
eligible.
That is a.
Actually,
it's
yeah.
also been
No, it
too
is.
soon
Never mind.
released.
No,
It
no,
has not
sad.
been
No Way
released in
Home.
the past 5 years.
No Way Home was released in what?
Or it's been in the
2019. No, if
That's
it's
a post-COVID.
2019.
No, wait.
No Way Home is a post-COVID
No,
movie,
it's
Mikey.
It's 2021.
You're right.
Or
You're right.
22.
2021.
So
therefore
never
it
mind.
is
I can't.
not.
I was gonna say that's post-COVID. There's no way
Okay.
that's eligible.
Okay, well then,
What's the other one? Joey?
2019 Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Mikey, you have to admit, even though you hate this movie for no reason, it is at least a 4. Is at least an 8 out of 10 for no reason.
I do not hate it. Okay, I do not hate it.
You think it's
right?
boring?
I think that it. I don't think that it's the best Spider-Man film. Okay, I don't.
It's not.
I think
Across
that
the-
both Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 are better than it.
No.
No.
We will have this.
Yes.
No,
You-
I will die on the hill.
Spider-Man
die on this
and
hill.
Spider-Man
Into
2 are both better than Into the Spider-Verse. And
Joey and I
Across the
both
Spider-Verse.
no, because
No.
Joey and I both agree that the thing, Spider-Man 2, the whole like hero's journey and everything. There's a lot of movies that do it better than Spider-Man 2. If I have ever met someone that lets nostalgia blind opinions, it is you, Mikey. You do it more than anyone.
No, it is a better film.
I can't read that.
They are both
Across
better.
the Spider-Verse 1.
Fine.
Into the Spider-Verse
Into
2.
the Spider-Verse
No
is
Way
on
Home
there.
3. Spider-Man 2 4. That's my Spider-Man movie rankings.
Amazing Spider-Man is better than Spider-Man.
I have The Amazing Spider-Man at my 9
wrong.
out of 10, and The
There
Amazing
is a
Spider-Man 2
lot
at 7 out of 10.
really weird and wrong with the original Spider-Man if you go back and watch it.
They are
like
phenomenal. I have gone back.
the
and watched them
teacher
like
from the
1,000
field
times.
trip.
I love them.
Or
they're
the
phenomenal.
fact that Peter takes a nap and then all of a sudden wakes up buff and doesn't need his glasses, as opposed to Andrew Garfield having like a Vietnam flashback on the subway.
And then Tom Holland just being there.
And then Tom Holland, we never got his origin story, so we don't know.
Sorry, you guys were just going, hey man, this is phenomenal. All I'm hearing is Spider-Man 1's great, Spider-Man 2's great, Spider-Man 1's great, Spider-Man 3's okay, but it's still fun.
The voices are back. He needs to get it back on his medication.
All right, so into the Spider-Verse,
All right.
yes or no?
Okay,
If not,
so-
I have
No, I mean it's already yes. I mean Brayden.
Yes.
Brayden,
Okay.
Yes. You know, he's like a fiend for Spider-Verse.
I don't even love those movies that much. That's the crazy thing. Like, I think they're very good, but I don't go back and rewatch them that often, if ever.
I rewatched the first one like a month ago.
I don't know the last time I saw the first one. It's been a while. And I don't think I've seen the second one since I saw it in theaters. So I don't know if I ever really rewatched them, but I just think they're that good.
I don't know if actually. I think you're right on that for Across. I don't think I watched it again in.
It's been out for
outside
like
of theaters.
3 years, and I don't think I've seen it since it came
Well,
out.
the hard part
it's
too
been out for a year. I'm
is
stupid.
that because it went to Netflix, because
2
Netflix
years.
has this stupid thing where if you go on and you pay for Netflix, but you like pay for with ads, you can't watch their new like the newest of new movies.
Yeah.
So like I couldn't like even though it was on Netflix, I couldn't watch it because it was locked because I don't pay for no ads. And I was like, that's stupid, but whatever. Anyways, Mikey, you have 2 more.
All right. Well,
So
I
happy
mean,
to shoot these down.
Okay, so preface this: I am a big fan of like cheesy '80s action films. Okay. All right, I think
Okay.
they're phenomenal, and I think that
All
the
right.
best one, in my opinion, is Last Blood, or not Last Blood, First Blood with Sylvester Stallone. You know,
Yeah.
the first Rambo film. So I'm going to nominate that one.
I would rate it exactly an 8 out of 10, but I understand if it gets rated higher by other people.
I'd let it go.
It's completely different than the rest of the franchise. That's my big thing. The rest of the franchise is very stupid action. Is like very stupid, over the top action. This one's like a
Right.
legitimate, like straightforward, like
yeah.
veteran movie.
Like First Blood is like a legitimately good film. The
I
other
would go as far as saying it's not even an action movie. Like it's
no, it's
action
not that much.
thriller drama, like more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they because it's based on a novel, and in the novel, like apparently Rambo kills a bunch of people, you know, whereas in the movie there's only one death,
Yeah, they had
and
to
that's the
tweak it a
accidental
little.
death of the one officer when he throws a rock and the guy falls off the helicopter. Aside
Right.
from that's the only death there is. Apparently in the book, Rambo kills a whole bunch of people and then at the very end kills himself. You know, I haven't had a chance to
Well,
read the
and
novel
then
yet.
the studio originally wanted to make the ending where like he's in the police station, he has the big machine gun. Like they wanted Sylvester Stallone to like mow down all the cops and just like walk away from a bloodbath, and he
Yeah.
was like, no, that's crazy. That you're missing the whole point of the book. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put it there. I'm already thinking of a lot more
Yeah.
to put in, and now I'm only restricted to 5 until December. Oh no.
It's rough. It's really
Right.
rough, and I'm sitting there. I'm looking at my bookshelf, looking at a whole bunch of them. I'm looking at my list that I wrote, and I'm like, ooh, that would go.
What's
on.
your 5th?
I'm not sure yet, Brayden.
Then what'd you write all those ones down for if we can't deny them?
Yeah. Well, you know, 'cause you're probably gonna deny them.
I have
How
denied
about Emma Stone?
Natalie Portman, and that's it.
Yeah, I'd put Emma Stone.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's fine. Even
All
though
of her
like
stuff
we
is
haven't
awesome.
seen some of her newer stuff because it's too weird for us.
I watched
Yeah,
Poor
good point.
Things.
Did you?
Yeah,
And it's weird.
Yeah.
it's weird, but it's
I'm
it's
not
a
watching.
good weird.
You're gonna have to pay me to watch Kinds of Kindness. I'm not watching
I
that.
mean-
Oh God, I'm not watching that.
Honestly,
No.
we could probably just go. Yeah, she was in La La Land and gave a phenomenal performance. So she
Crazy
goes
Stupid
through.
Love. Easy
Yeah.
A.
You know,
Yeah,
Easy A,
Christopher
Super
Love.
Bad. How can you forget Super Bad?
Super bad.
Yeah,
Now that right there, that is a marvel in modern filmmaking. Okay, everything about it is
Well, we
just-
can't nominate it. We maxed out.
All right, so Mikey, run down. Do you have the list?
I do
the
have
whole
the list.
All right, run down what has gone in
Okay,
and
Quentin
what we have.
Tarantino as a director, not an actor. I think he should be as an actor as well, but we'll get into that one another time.
L.
Brad Pitt, The Last
Yes.
Dance miniseries, Shawshank Redemption, the Star Wars soundtrack, Band of Brothers, Reservoir Dogs, La La Land, T2 Judgment Day, the La La Land soundtrack, Robert Downey Jr., Matthew McConaughey, Into the Spider-Verse, First Blood, and Emma Stone.
Don't we sound pretentious?
Yes, we do.
We know what we like. We know it's fine. Don't come at me.
All right.
Yeah, so that wraps us on Hall of Fame. I know that I'm on spring break currently.
I will soon be on spring break.
You will be on spring break shortly. Mikey's always on spring break. No, I'm kidding. So I at least have been able to watch a lot more movies.
I've watched since the last recording, I've been watching a bunch of movies and stuff. It happened last time we recorded the episode,
Yeah.
Oscar movie weekend at Regal, so I have seen all of the Best Picture nominations except for Honora, The Substance, and Amelia Perez, because I'm not watching that. I think we need to kind of
You're a
recap
hater.
the Oscars in a bit,
Yeah.
quickly. So, but just in terms of other stuff, I think most everything, I think everything that came out that was nominated for Best Picture was like legitimately a good movie, like at minimum. I think the bottom line was a tie between Nickel Boys and Complete Unknown in my eyes. I think Nickel Boys was a little overhyped.
I didn't think A Complete Unknown was like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if
Good.
I'm ranking them all, I think that's
I didn't-
10.
like-
But like, I still think I understand why it was nominated.
I didn't
I
know
don't.
that.
I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I don't think Timothée Chalamet should have been. Not that he wasn't good; he was very
No,
good.
I would have rather seen him be nominated for Dune.
But yeah,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah, he
like
gave
I
good
don't
performance,
feel like yeah, he gave a good
It
performances.
would make more sense if he got
Bob
nominated
Dylan,
for
but,
Dune
like,
in my eyes.
I didn't feel anything when he played Bob Dylan. Like, he just
Yeah.
played Bob Dylan. That was it. Like
I think that the acting was really the only thing that I really, really enjoyed about that film. Other than that, there was nothing spectacular about it.
The story was simple. It was a biopic, so like I wasn't
It
expecting
was,
anything there.
but
I think the
the
big
thing
thing
that really
was-
lost me was I was like, man, Bob Dylan was an ass. You know,
I
and
think that's because if you go back and you watch Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix, that's James Mangold's other biopic movie. I think he just wanted to prove he could do it again, find a guy who looks and sounds like whoever he's making the movie about. So
I know you guys heard that,
yeah,
and you guys can
no,
just,
not on the podcast.
inside joke for
yeah.
all that are watching. Please.
Other than that, Regal Mystery Movie last week was Last Breath, the underwater diver movie
Oh,
with
yeah.
Woody Harrelson and Simu Lee. I don't like it. It sucks in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's
like it.
so incredibly
suck.
short and generic. It feels like it's 45 minutes long, and then like the ending, spoilers. The guy goes like half an hour without oxygen underwater, and they pull him into the pod, do like the worst CPR I've ever seen in my life, and then he wakes up 2 minutes later. All of the oxygen and blood is back in his face, like he's not purple anymore, and he literally goes, "What's everyone crying about, eh?" And he's like got full cognitive abilities and everything. I'm like, this is crap.
hey,
So,
that's
like,
how it happened. Okay,
It's like the
how
most
it
generic
happened.
survival movie I've seen, and I just think survival movies in general usually suck. I haven't seen 127
They're going
hours,
on a
though.
down. I will say that.
Yeah. Mikey and I have both seen Lars and the Real Girl, which is both. It is and isn't what you think it is. For those of you who do know
Oh
what
yeah,
the movie
isn't
is.
that animated movie that became like the second or the
No.
most highest animated movie?
No, Lars and the
Vice
Real.
versa?
No, Lars and the Real Girl is the 2007 Ryan Gosling movie where he's kind of not mentally there and buys like a mannequin lady that he thinks is real and is his girlfriend.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I don't know why I got it messed up, but I was thinking of that movie.
I can't read that.
It's Naza 2. I don't know.
Never heard of it.
Apparently,
I have no idea what that is.
apparently it came out and it's now like it passed Inside Out 2.
I do know what you're talking about now.
And I haven't seen any promotion.
I've never heard of that until I saw some random post and I thought it was fake. So
Yeah.
I thought Lars was really good. I know Mikey likes it.
Yeah, going to Lars was. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for Joey because he needs to watch it.
It was just really good. It's not
almost
what you
cried,
expect.
man. It's and you would think that there's like some deep emotional connection to a character that would make you almost cry, but
Right.
when you watch it, you'll go, "Man, this is insane."
Yeah.
But
And
whether-
then-
but gonna cry for, or might cry for, in my case.
Right.
Yesterday, I had another Regal mystery movie. I got an early screening for the new Jack Quaid movie, Novocaine.
Ooh,
Um,
heck yeah.
It feels like an 80s action comedy. It's very, very funny. They have a
Alright.
cop they have like this old guy detective whose job is literally just to make like stereotypical cheesy one-liners. Like,
Right.
literally the first thing he does is he just walks up and goes, "Man, picked a bad week to stop drinking," and like it's just that the entire movie. So like it's very funny. The action is good.
All right.
The third act kind of falls on its face because it gets repetitive and like they don't know how to wrap it up. But
Right.
I think it's solid. I think if you like Jack Quaid or like just action comedy, go see it.
Okay.
I did say I was going to do this. I watched all 8 episodes of Skeleton Crew since the last recording of this
Oh, really?
podcast.
Okay.
I love it.
You?
It
oh,
is
really?
It's really good. It is
Okay.
space pirates. So like it's legitimately a pirate show. Like it's a show about hunting for buried treasure. So it's Goonies and Raiders of the Lost Ark in space. The characters were really good. It is a little more like childish because the main characters are children. So like at the beginning of the show, like they're dealing with like crushes in middle school and like taking tests and stuff for like an episode. But
Okay.
like the adventure and like we see new planets, new technologies, new alien stuff that like literally is never referenced in any other project. So it's 100% original, and I love it. Jude Law is very good in it too.
Here's my thing. This might be me in my Star Wars nerdiness, and I've also been thinking this stuff because I've been watching Andor recently. I haven't watched it before. I just didn't when it was coming out. I never really got to it. But in this case, this is where I say I don't love that they continue to introduce so many new things and technology and ways to use the Force, a lightsaber, whatever, and we don't see it or hear of it at all in the movies. Like, maybe that's just me being, like, pretentious about
like
it.
the stuff they were doing in Ahsoka with Sabine, like, kind of ruins the point of Rebels for a lot of it. But the stuff that they do in Skeleton Crew is very interesting because it's almost like, I don't want to spoil it, so I don't want to say anything. But, like, the stuff that they do with a certain character in Skeleton Crew is very interesting. And if you like Rebels, you'll like it.
Yeah. So I just my biggest thing is like B, the one droid from Andor. That's like like you are in the middle of Star Wars, literally like the middle. Mm-hmm. This is the one and only time I have seen a droid look like that the entire time. And not saying that like I'm supposed to,
it's
but
just, like,
it's not in the
weird.
background of any other movie. It's not.
Right.
It's not seen anywhere else. So like, why are you introducing something this new?
My thing
This,
of
like,
why
late.
I loved how everything was like original, from like robots to technologies of stuff. It makes sense in the context of the show, but I don't want to spoil it because it's like a major plot twist. So like,
Right.
go watch the show, and then you will like it,
Okay.
you will appreciate the originality because
Okay.
of like what the story is and everything.
All right, I can do that.
I think Star Wars fans need to go watch it. Like, it is like a good project that's come out in a long time. So I
Right.
really, really liked it.
right.
That's everything I've seen as of late.
So I've been watching Andor. I have 2 episodes left until the season is done. After that, a part of me was saying, Joey, go watch Acolyte, because I watched the first episode and then I never got back into it just because the fandom and like social media kept telling me like, oh, it's
Yeah.
not good. So
I will
part of
get
me wants to go
there-
give it a chance.
I will get there
But-
after Daredevil and Invincible wrap up. Once those 2 shows are
Yeah.
done, I will need some bad in my life to remind me of the good, so I'll go binge it for like a day.
So, yeah, I've been watching Andor. Very excited. The trailer for the second one looks awesome. And then I got into the movies kind of thing. My first movie I watched when I was back for spring break was Ford v Ferrari.
Hell yeah.
First time watching that. I know it's one that a lot of people.
You haven't seen it before?
No, never seen
It's
it before.
so good.
It's really good. It is my first recently liked films. I don't know if you guys do this on Letterboxd, but I only like films that I like actually love.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Like when I like a film, that's my Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Did you know that was a James Mangold movie?
Yes, I did. I did know that going in. My little quote to it was "boogity boogity."
Yeah. Let's go racing.
Yeah, it was very good. Then the next one I watched was Green Book. Never watched that.
I've never seen
I've
it. I've seen basically the whole movie just by being an active user of Instagram.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I watched a lot of it through like TikTok and Instagram, but it's good.
It's good. Yeah.
I need to get around to watching it.
I don't. It is good towards the end. The beginning and like middle of it is kind of a little like all right, like come on, move on with it. But it's still good. Then these two movies were on when my mom was in the background. Just she was doing stuff and she just had
I saw
them running.
these reviews and I was like, what is he doing?
Leap Year from 2010, some Amy Adams rom-com. I like half paid attention, but I still like watched, and so my thing was everything in green just makes it worse because it was all about like luck, and it was in Ireland, and it's leap year, and they were going heavy into the green. And then Heart of the Country, I don't know, it was some like Prime Video straight to streaming like rom-com.
It says 2013, but the poster looks like 1960 something.
Yeah, it's I don't know. And then I had to, balance myself out from that. And so that night I watched The Social Network.
So good.
Banger film.
Good film.
A part of me really wanted to give it 5 out of 5, but I have to keep it at 4.5.
Yeah,
I have seen it a total of like 4 times, and if I always say if I ever rewatch it a 5th time, it's gonna be a perfect movie in my eyes.
Until you see the scene with
Dakota Johnson come,
and then you
go, nope.
Now I realize why I didn't.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like every time I watch that. I don't think to myself, "That's Dakota Johnson."
No, but I just think of
she
what
doesn't look like that.
She doesn't look like Dakota Johnson at all. I just always think of what the heck was that line delivery. Mikey, would you like to?
Oh yeah, the line delivery from her is bad. Don't get me wrong, but
Sean Parker made Napster. I just slept with Sean Parker.
It's like she's still incredibly drunk from like the alleged party she just went to, like her character, and so she's like looking in 2 different directions, and she's like, "I just slept." Like it's not good, and it's really out of place for everything.
Yeah.
But
so
I was gonna say that's our recap, I believe, Mikey. I don't know if we've just been keeping up with Invincible. I know.
Invincible, which I'm gonna look forward to when the show finally all comes out and Joey watches it, go on and on and on about it from
6 ads an episode is a little ridiculous, Prime. I'm not gonna lie.
I had like 4.
6 ads an episode?
I had 6 ads in the last episode, and they were all longer than 30 seconds.
I mean,
that is ridiculous.
Andor recently,
they're not hour-long episodes.
I mean, yeah.
Andor recently though, like when I would get in a 45-minute episode, and it might be like 4 or 5 ads.
It's gonna kill me when The Boys eventually drops and we have to watch that with ads. That's gonna suck.
That's good
because it's gonna come in like the worst possible time.
Yeah. Sorry, Mikey.
Yeah, no, I only had like 4 ads. I think. No, what's been getting ridiculous is to me for ads is YouTube. It's like try to watch one YouTube video and it's like,
oh yeah,
hey,
dude.
Here's a 2 minutes worth of ads you cannot skip. And then it's like
everybody always complains about that.
And then
I
it's
never
halfway
have
through the video.
YouTube problem.
Here's
and
5
I don't like,
minutes of ads.
I don't pay for premium, so I don't understand what the issue is with everyone.
Maybe my thing also is because like I'm going on there and I'm not normally watching like 20-minute videos. I'm watching like hour-long like podcasts and stuff. I will get one maybe like every 20 minutes, but every time it's like you have to watch 90 seconds of it before you skip. And half the time it's like a movie trailer that I've already seen. So I'm just like, whatever, I'll just rewatch it. I don't care. But still, it's annoying.
I did just watch like an hour-long podcast episode on Spotify, and they did I think it was like 5-minute ad read for something, and I was like,
5 minutes?
God.
No,
I didn't realize how long it had been going on for, and then I just started hitting the skip button, and I was like, how long do I have to keep clicking this for?
Oh, guys, I just thought of a bunch of movies I could add to our Hall of Fame, and now
save them.
Yeah, save them. But I'm trying to think. It's pretty much just as of right now, keeping up with Invincible. I've been seeing a lot about what's to come in this next episode. I'm very excited for it.
Which we can't talk about because someone's not watching.
I've already explained to Brayden.
I've already seen the stuff on Twitter.
I'm not fully sure.
Just watch it so we can talk about it.
I'm not fully sure how they're going to do this story arc.
You're the only one who's read the comics, Mikey. So you're like spoiling me, who's spoiling Joey. So like.
Yeah, but you kind of already
secondhand spoil.
I know bits and pieces. Anyway, we're going very off topic with this.
And then I mean, it's just been pretty much just Lars and the Real Girl
we're at
keeping
50
it
minutes
Invincible,
right
and I think Justified, which a few episodes Justified, and that's been it for me so far. I'm a very busy man. Okay, I've got a busy life right now. I've got a lot going on, so I don't have time to sit around and watch movies and TV shows all the time, Brayden. No. Brayden acts like Brayden acts like all I do is sit at home. Okay, completely ignoring the fact that I have a full-time job.
With 2 off days and
Yeah, but there's 2
time
off days.
from work.
He's doing other things.
Guys, before I got on here, I literally explained to you what I spent my entire day doing, and I'm still not done yet. I need to spend my next off day finishing it.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
I haven't done anything today.
Anyway,
Oscars.
quick little Oscars recap. Sean Baker becomes the first person to win 4 Oscars. Obviously, movies have won more than 4 Oscars. He becomes the first person as Best Picture, Best Director. He edited the movie and he wrote the screenplay for it.
Here's my question to that. I thought that directors for Everything Everywhere All at Once, I thought that they did that.
They what?
I thought they edited, made the screenplay, and directed, and then I thought they won something else.
If they did, they are not credited, I believe, as editors or like the official writers, because he wrote the actual screenplay for the movie.
Yeah.
And then it was him, he said, and like one other person in the editing room. Like he said no one else was allowed in there.
I was wondering maybe if it was because Baker was like the solo person, like one person to do it for one film kind of thing, and because it was 2 people that directed, 2 people that edited it, like
that may also be, he's the only sole person.
I didn't look into it, but it was one thing that I thought about the other day.
He's the only sole person to do 4. Bong Joon-ho came close with 3 for Parasite. But he obviously didn't edit the movie. Anora is also the 4th film of all time to win the Oscars and the Cannes Festival. I don't think we've had something do it. Like it was like the last one was like 10 years ago, and then like
last one was
previous.
Parasite.
Yeah, there is Parasite. Was it? Yes.
Yeah.
And then like the 2 before that were from like the 60s and 50s. Like they were black and white movies.
Both films from Neon.
So usually Cannes Festival doesn't mean anything because like bad films win and good films lose. But like it's very interesting to see that.
Right.
For the big Oscar winners, Adrian Brody takes home the Best Actor.
I didn't love that choice.
So Joey and I talked about this privately. We have a problem with this. The Oscars are a joke because the voters came out before the show, well in advance, and said, hey, we didn't watch Dune 2 because it was really long and we didn't like the first one, or we didn't watch The Brutalist because it was really long. Guys, I saw it in theaters. They gave you a 15-minute intermission like 90 minutes into the film. So...
Well, I think that, and then my
stuff
other
like
problem
that, they
was
said,
Ralph Fiennes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ray Fiennes has already won an Oscar, and Adrian Brody hasn't, so we're going to give it to him. No, Adrian Brody has very famously and iconically won for The Pianist, and Ray Fiennes has only been nominated 1 or 2 times.
One time for Schindler's List, and he didn't win it.
Yeah, and he didn't win. And
so
so they said, we're just going to give our votes
doing?
to Adrian Brody, which is a joke. I mean, you guys get paid to watch movies. Like, get the program.
That's where I get mad because I was like, I would love your job. And I would actually do a good job at your job.
It's an easy job.
And you do a terrible job.
We should be the Academy. Us 3.
Agreed.
Well, it's almost like
Zendaya wins it all.
No, let's not go crazy.
We are overthrowing the Academy. We're staging a coup. Any of our loyal fans, join us.
It's almost like we made the Toon D specifically for this reason.
Yeah. Anyways,
I think the other thing was Inside Out lost Best Animated, and The Wild Robot also lost, which I thought was surprising. I thought
that was what
had to have taken.
Wild Robot should have won.
I thought for sure one of those was going to take it.
Yeah, I was kind of upset that Flow
what
won.
What other animated movies came out?
Flow, and then like nothing.
Wallace and
Gromit.
Flow?
Like it's one of those things where like they just kind of had to put it in there.
Oh, hold on. Wallace and Gromit. Did that win?
No.
What won?
Flow won.
We just said
what is Flow?
It's an international film about a cat.
It's an animated movie about a cat.
There's no dialogue. It's literally just I don't understand how it won.
Yeah.
Yes, the animation looks cool. Don't get me wrong. The animation looks really cool. Don't get me wrong. Why did it win? It doesn't have any value. I'm sorry, but like this film had like 0 value to me.
The only movie
I was very
never
happy
even heard
with
of it.
one.
The only animated movie I saw that came out in 2024 was Inside Out 2, so I have 0 opinion. Other stuff, Best Director was Sean Baker. Honora kind of did a sweep on the Oscars. I felt like this was a very political Oscars.
I'm not surprised. I feel like Sean Baker kind of won all of these because he got gypped for a lot in the Florida Project.
Yeah, and also but there's the whole the internet and myself and Mikey are still pissed that Denis wasn't even nominated. I thought Brady Colbert for The Brutalist was a lock for director, or I thought James Mangold was going to come in out of nowhere and take it.
I thought Denis should. He should have won.
I thought it was ridiculous. Best supporting actress was Zoe Saldana. My thing is, she seems incredibly grateful and appreciative of the award. I went back and rewatched all the acceptance speeches. I think that Isabella Rossellini for Conclave or Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown should have won one of those. I know Ariana Grande's got a hype train going on right now. Singing good, acting. It wasn't an actor. It wasn't an Oscar level performance. I'm surprised she was nominated. Shut up, Michael. The big thing is, if a movie is so bad like Emilia Perez, how does it have an Oscar-worthy performance in it? That's my thing.
I think the thing with that is where you also got to look back to Everything Everywhere All at Once, is that Jamie Lee Curtis and the other girl that's in
Stephanie
it, both
Hsu
were nominated.
Stephanie Hsu had a better performance in the same movie, and they just gave it to Jamie Lee Curtis. Which
the other girl had a better performance, and they gave it to Jamie Lee Curtis mainly because they
Politics.
were like, when other time is Jamie Lee Curtis actually going to be nominated for an Oscar, and she actually does a good job?
She's probably never going to get nominated again.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
We'll give it to her. In this case, this is where I go, where's no offense to Zoe Saldana, but I don't really think she's going to give another amazing performance.
But this was she got jibbed for Avatar and whatever else she was in earlier before Guardians that I can't think of.
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis was snubbed in 2003 for her phenomenal performance in Freaky Friday.
Shut up.
If you guys have not seen the 2003 masterpiece Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan, you need to see it. It's
Kieran Culkin, I think, was a lock.
Okay, so
when
when Mikey and I, this is what made me turn on the Oscars, was because I pulled up Instagram while we were playing video games, and I said, "Holy crap, Kieran Culkin just won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor," because it had, to me, Jeremy Strong or Guy Pearce. It should not be anyone else on this list. Edward Norton did not give one of the best performances of career. Kieran Culkin, best part of the movie, but not better than either of those two guys, and then I didn't see Honora. So, that's what made me turn it on, where I was like, holy crap, this is going to be a bad Oscars, where they're just going to give it to people who don't necessarily deserve it. This is going to be a very bad year.
Well, my thing is...
And again, not he's not deserving, but, just not as good.
I didn't watch The Brutalist. I don't even think... I'll be honest with you, I don't think it was even out in theaters near me.
No, Brutalist had a very limited release.
And it was never released. So I didn't even know... there was really no way for me to go see it, but I did see The Apprentice, and I saw Real Pain, and I love Real Pain. I think it could be one of the best movies released last year.
I think A Real Pain is a better movie, but I don't think he did a better performance than Jeremy Strong.
I agree, but I think that if it didn't come out in the same year, then Kieran Culkin would have won.
I think he could have won last year's.
Exactly.
Oh, no, wait, last year was Oppenheimer.
But no,
he wouldn't have won.
Say if
he could easily win a different year with that performance.
Exactly.
But the fact that he won this year and took over two other better roles was that was insane. I legitimately I opened up Instagram. I was like, holy crap, I have to watch this now because this is going to go balls to the walls.
I loved Kieran Culkin in the film. I think he gave a phenomenal performance. But Jeremy Strong's performance in The Apprentice was just next level.
That was where I knew we were going off the deep end.
And I mean, it still blows my mind. Now, granted, I think that Kieran Culkin gave a phenomenal acceptance speech, where he goes on.
His acceptance speech is Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he quietly steps up and goes, hey,
honey, we're gonna make more kids.
He's like, I asked my wife for a third kid, and she's like, if you win this award, right? And then he's like,
now we're gonna make
a four. And she's like, well, you can get 4 if you win an Oscar. And he's like, I won an Oscar, so let's get 4 kids.
Also, I will say, Oscar's doing a good thing. The Academy is adding a Best Cast next year as a category because everybody keeps asking for Best Stunts, but they don't want to do that. And their reason is actually good for not wanting to do that. I think Best Cast will be really good because I think Saturday Night or Dune 2 would have won that easily.
Yeah.
Best Actress.
I'm at the point where I feel like there's not.
You can't really add anything. It's pretty set in stone.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing is you can't really add anything because the show's already 3-4 hours long as it is. That's one.
Well, you could just stop selling ad space.
You can't.
Yeah, and you can actually enforce your allotted time for acceptance speeches and not allow Adrian Brody.
No
to
one
come
really
up with
goes over it, though. It's just him.
speech.
No one really ever does that.
I think my biggest thing also is like, I feel like they should start maybe thinking of doing something along the lines that they do for the Grammys, where they give out their like top 10, 15 awards on air. And then the other ones are just like, they're still on recording and they were like, put on YouTube or put on X, but they're not live stream. They not on cable.
Because I guess I didn't watch the whole thing because I like left to go get food or something. But I guess Adrian Brody's speech pushed 2 of them off of the air because like people who recorded it like didn't have it on their recording. I think Mikey Madison's speech wasn't on the air because of what he did. Oh, wasn't in that segment at least. Well, it wasn't in that segment of the like time they paid for, like NFL going into overtime.
I got you.
That and something else I think got pushed off, and people were pissed about it.
Could be.
It was editing for that. Actress.
Yeah.
Best actress, Mikey Madison, part of the sweep. I know people like her. The old guard is pissed that Demi Moore didn't win. Don't care. Didn't see either of those.
I don't.
So I had no dog in the race
Demi
for this
Moore
category.
wasn't gonna win because my thing is, no one has gone in a full sweep where they go to the Critics Awards, all this other stuff,
Honora
win all this
won,
other
like,
things,
every award ever,
and then
this year.
You go to the Oscars and think it's going to be the same. Never think that with the Oscars. The Oscars, you got to go in with a clean slate.
Yeah.
Nothing has happened before. Nothing has happened after. It is the Oscars. Anything can happen. That's one. 2. I'm sorry. Oscars don't like horror. No one likes horror in the Academy Awards. I'm sorry.
Toni Collette should have been nominated and probably should have won for Hereditary, but they refused to nominate her, I believe, because it was a horror movie. And she is like legitimately an Oscar-worthy performance there.
And that's where I knew, like, everyone on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, my friends
go with the flow.
At school kept saying, "Oh, it's going to be Demi Moore. She had a great performance." I was like, "Guys, you don't get it." I was like, I'm telling you now.
They should have known the second,
they didn't do it. And
they should have known when Margaret Qualley wasn't nominated for supporting actress and Ariana Grande was. They should have known right then and there that Demi Moore wasn't winning.
Yeah, that's my one thing so far is that you got it. I mean, not to boast my own boat, but I had 17 out of 23 nominations I got correct. Last year I got 16 out of 23. This year I did 17.
There was a little bit of confusion because, but I think we should have expected Kieran Culkin to win because he won every other award show, like the SAGs and the Golden Globes and everything else.
Right.
And then Honora, obviously, Best Picture. Got my problems with that. There were like 4 other movies that I assume are better because they're just getting better reviews, and I haven't even seen Honora. It's just caught up in like the political speech. Not political speech, sweep. I did go back and watch Sean Baker's speech for Best Director and Best Movie, and I was like, frick, like I don't like this guy.
His one for Best Director was really good.
Which one was that?
Go to the movies.
Yes, where he was like, go to the movies, like don't make movies for streaming. We need to get people back in theaters and like save that experience. He's one of us, and like it made me be like, oh, I can't hate this guy now. Because I like kind of, it's one of those things where like you kind of want to not like someone, you're like, oh, he's one of us. But like he thanked Quentin Tarantino for casting Mikey Madison in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because Tarantino presented one of the awards that he won.
Yeah,
he was like there would be no Honora if you hadn't done this. So like he obviously like respects the industry a lot and like he understands like the way things should be. So I'll respect him for that, but I'll never see one of his movies most likely.
So I was going for. I didn't hear what you guys talking about. Yeah,
we were just talking about
I know he did
Sean
go on
Baker's
about
acceptance speech.
Going out to theaters and seeing films. You know, that's a huge point.
If you're going to spend your allotted time talking about that, because he literally pulled out his speech and then went, so we need to go to movies. And then he, like, you can see, like, the thought process in his head go, oh, crap, I got to thank the Academy before they blacklist me. And then he goes, well, first, hold on, I'd like to thank the Academy. And then he immediately goes back to, hey, COVID crashed the theaters. We're still losing a lot of them. Please go to the movies, make movies for movie theaters. And, like, if that's what you're going to spend your time doing and not thanking, like, your family and all of your agents and everything, good on you.
It means something.
It means something.
Yeah. I'm glad Best Sound and Best Visual Effects went to Dune.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Dune won something because I think they should have won for their
if
first.
They didn't win anything,
And then the second
Hell
one,
let
I
loose.
was so I'm glad that they won. And then Wicked doing best
I
costume
think the
design
big
and production
thing
design doesn't
was Amelia Perez winning Best Original Song. That is what the internet is up in arms about. And then the lady like singing into the microphone when she accepted the speech.
Yeah, that was.
I sent you guys the clip of the song that won. It's a horrible song. Here's the best part. It's a French movie. It's not It's French writers who wrote a movie in English and Spanish.
Yep.
And so like it's terrible. And the people who speak Spanish say that it's like even worse if you actually understand like the linguistics of what's going on. I
think
don't understand how
Sing
that'd be
from-
like an Elton John song. And it had 2 nominations. That movie had 2 different songs nominated.
I think Like a Bird from Sing Sing should have won.
I don't know.
I
I didn't
really
get to
liked
see
it.
Sing Sing, and so
I just listened to the songs. I didn't actually watch the
maybe
movies,
I'll go
but
listen to it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the Oscars.
Are we gonna make this an extended episode? Because we have a bit of movie news to talk about, or maybe we make it a part 2 or something.
Yeah, Joe.
We'll ask the
Joey's
editor.
the editor. So.
We can split it.
Yeah.
We can do like a mini episode of news.
Okay. Yeah. I was
You
gonna
want to
say,
do
like a recap.
connections now? and
John is
go
Yeah,
our
let's do that.
editor.
All right,
John
so-
Shirlow.
Maybe that'll just be a thing if we do
John.
like we can do like a short recaps and we'll come up with a name for it.
then- Yeah. All right. So connections.
You know the rules.
You know the rules. If you haven't, go watch the other episodes. It's towards the end, per usual. This one I came up with. You can connect them in one TV show. They are in the same TV show,
man.
but you can't
Not
use
cool.
TV shows. So
Okay.
they are both in Andor, because I've recently watched. Genevieve O'Reilly, who plays Mon Mothma.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
I was gonna say Mikey hasn't seen Andor, and I can't name anything else she's in without googling it.
And then I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, but I hope I am. Ebon
Diego.
Moss Baccarat,
Who's that?
Oh,
the guy in the bear. who's playing the
Oh,
thing.
I thought you were saying. Wait, he's in. He is in Andor.
He isn't in.
I gotta rewatch the
because
show before
I
the
was
new
sitting
season
there, I was
comes out.
watching, I was like, this guy's in this. He's in Star Wars now. I'm like, what?
I gotta rewatch the show
So
before.
Cool, man.
Okay, can we? Wait. So
My thing to it is that you are more than welcome to use Google, Letterbox, whatever you would like. So I will give you a minute to
Who's
get
the first
whatever you want
actress?
ready. What'd you say?
who's the actress?
Genevieve O'Reilly. If you need me to spell it, I can spell it.
She is not. Oh, here she is. She's all the way at the bottom of Google for some reason. Yeah, I'm using.
So I came up with a connection.
Google's lying. She's not in Rogue One.
Yes, she is. She plays Mon Mothma in Rogue One.
Mon Mothma was in Rogue One.
Yeah. What? Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
She also played Mon Mothma in Revenge of the Sith.
Okay, well then that's what I'm starting with is Rogue One because I have not heard of any of these other projects.
Yeah. So while they're doing this,
She's not in Star Wars Episode 3. Stop lying to me.
yes, she is. Mon
No.
Mothma's in Episode 3, and she plays her.
They kept the
Yes.
same actress?
Yes.
Dude, Disney Star Wars doing something productive? Okay, we're connecting it to... Okay, I'm using Google for her because I found new projects, so we're not starting
So
with Rogue One.
I found a way to do it pretty quickly, actually. So when we get to that point, I will share that.
I just don't know movies he's in. He's not in a lot.
So far, just my mini review of Andor. I am loving it so far. There's a few the moment with the one guy that's the deputy sergeant or whatever.
Yeah.
That guy's just weird. I don't like him.
I don't think you're supposed to like him. Is it like the the new boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend or whatever? Is that the guy I'm thinking of?
No, he's the one. He's the guy that started the investigation of the murders that Andor committed, and then he was left in charge of the.
Oh, the office nerd.
Yeah, like that.
He
guy.
okay.
Bro,
I'm not gonna
let
say-
it
I'm not-
go, dude.
I'm not gonna-
Let
I'm
it
not gonna-
go.
I'm not going to say anything.
I mean, there's still 2 episodes left. I don't know what can happen. I know he's in the trailer for season 2, so he doesn't die. But
I'm
it
not
makes
gonna, I'm
me
not gonna say
mad because I'm
anything.
like,
when
let
you
it go, bro.
finish the series.
All right,
Trust me.
I finished the prison arc, so they just jumped out.
That is so good.
They're in the water. Well, they're not in the water anymore, but like that's where it basically ended. So I have 2 episodes left.
All right. So for Genevieve O'Reilly, she was in Rogue One with Alan Tudyk, who was in Dodgeball with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who was in Wedding Crashers with Owen Wilson. Okay, that's all fine. All right, so Owen Wilson was in No Hard Feelings, or not No Hard Feelings. He was in Drill Bit Taylor with Jennifer Lawrence. Now, I know that I know that she's credited in the movie, and I looked it up to make sure, and she is credited, but I can't find who she played or what scene she's in. So I'm assuming she's like credited. She's in some scene like.
No,
but
she's credited.
I'm gonna make life easy on you. I did it shortly.
No Hard Feelings. Jennifer Lawrence is in Ibn. Ebon. So.
And then Ebon's in that one.
Yeah, Ebon's in that one.
So that was my thing. I had to use the internet to find movies she was in, movies he was in. My ending point was No Hard Feelings, so I'll work backwards. He's in No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence, who is in Passengers with Chris Pratt, who's in The Tomorrow War with however you pronounce her name. Is that the one that you did, Joey?
No. Mine was Genevieve O'Reilly is in Matrix Reloaded with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves is in The Lake House with Ebon.
Okay. I saw the Matrix movies. I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole because I haven't seen them. So, that was a rabbit hole I didn't want to dig myself into.
Well, because what I did was I go, all right, Genevieve's in Matrix. That's immediately Keanu Reeves, and Keanu's in a lot. What can I go with from there? And I remember...
I was afraid I'd get stuck in the Lawrence Fishburne route.
At first, I wanted to go down the, Key and Peele route.
Yeah.
Because then I could have gone with... Keegan-Michael Key in Super Mario, who plays Toad, and then Chris Pratt, and then do the whole Chris Pratt thing.
Yeah.
But then I thought of The Lake House. It's like a rom-com that he's in with, what's her name? Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where I went. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this episode. Make sure to stay tuned we're gonna have like a news segment kind of thing. A lot of different kind of news things have come out, so we're gonna do like a mini episode kind of thing that's gonna come out kind of like midweek in between some stuff. So be sure to stay tuned for that.
Keep you entertained. We'll come up with a name for it eventually.
Yeah, we'll have a name. Breaking Tunedy. Breaking Tune. Ooh, see, look at us. And it took us so long to come up with a podcast title.
And we did it on accident.
Yeah, well,
That's
what
true.
was the original name? Put a pin in it?
We had a name, and we were does anyone have more suggestions? And I said, well, it was Put a Pin in It. And I said, well, stay tuned. I need to see if somebody has taken this. And then one of you guys was like, say that again.
Well, because because you said that, and so I made our first graphic, and it was Put a Pin in It, and it had like a pin with a Post-it, and I put at the bottom of it, stay tuned, ... And then I showed you guys, and you were like, wait a minute.
I just do that? I don't remember seeing that, but I remember saying okay, stay tuned. I need to check if somebody took this, because I've been doing that at work all day.
Yeah.
A little bit of lore for you guys.
To me, it was, we decided upon Put a Pin in It, and Joey made a graphic. He showed me. I said, okay, it's good. And then I walk into the cash office, do what I need to do in the cash office, and about 5 minutes later walk out and go, so it's stay tuned, and now here you go, here's the graphic. And I'm like, okay. Yeah.
I think someone hard at work at Wise.
I think someone had taken the other one too. So anyway,
any sponsors today, Mikey?
Think of one.
No. Too long of a segment. They weren't willing to pay us.
I didn't get any emails about sponsors.
Hopefully we'll see something next time.
My stay tuned email, which we totally have. If you have any business inquiries.
Mm-hmm.
If you have
we
any
actually do.
Technically we do,
please
but
email
we
us
haven't done anything yet. You don't know what our email is, so
stay tuned.
Don't say anything
@gmail.com.
No, you're not going to get it.